Jannik Sinner announces his separation from legendary coach Darren Cahill after the 2025 season. World number 1, Jannik Sinner, has revealed that he will part ways with veteran coach Darren Cahill at the end of the 2025 season, as the 59-year-old plans to retire. The announcement comes during the Australian Open, where Sinner advanced to the third round after a 4-set victory over Australian Tristan Schoolkate. The final chapter of Cahill with a champion Cahill, who joined Sinner's coaching team in 2022, has played a pivotal role in transforming the Italian into the dominant force he is today. Under Cahill's guidance, Sinner has captured 2 Grand Slam titles, including the 2024 Australian Open, and ascended to the top of the ATP rankings. "He brought me so many things," Sinner said in Melbourne. "I don't want to talk too much about his retirement. I feel very, very lucky and happy to be his last player on the tour. He's been an incredible coach and person, not just for me but for all the other players he's worked with." Cahill's illustrious coaching career includes stints with former world number 1 players such as Lleyton Hewitt, Andre Agassi, and Simona Halep. His influence on Sinner has been particularly evident in the young talent's strategic maturity and composure on the court. A victorious farewell for Cahill. As Cahill prepares to bid farewell to the ATP Tour, Sinner is determined to make their final season together a memorable one. "For me, it's a great honor. I hope we can have a good season," Sinner said. "But let's see what the future holds." With his sights set on more major titles, Sinner aims to give Cahill a fitting send-off by maintaining his dominance throughout the season. The partnership has been one of mutual respect and tremendous success, and the world number 1 appears ready to continue his rise even after Cahill's departure. Sinner's journey in Melbourne. Sinner's campaign at the 2025 Australian Open continues with a third-round matchup against Marcos Giron of the United States. The Italian displayed resilience and precision in his second-round match against Schoolkate, overcoming an inspired effort by the local favorite to secure his place in the next round. Carrying the weight of being the defending champion in Melbourne, Sinner remains focused on the task ahead while honoring the legacy that Cahill has built during their time together. What's next for Sinner? While Cahill's retirement marks the end of an era, Sinner's career trajectory suggests that his best days are still ahead. Coached alongside Simone Vagnozzi, the Italian is well positioned to continue his dominance in the sport. However, the emotional farewell to Cahill will undoubtedly be a defining moment in the 23-year-old's journey. Sinner's rise has been nothing short of meteoric, and with the guidance of one of the greatest minds in tennis, he is in a prime position to add more milestones to his already impressive resume before their partnership officially concludes. Sinner struggles to advance, and Medvedev bows out. Thursday's action at the Australian Open was marked by Jannik Sinner's hard-fought victory to reach the third round and Russian Daniil Medvedev's elimination by Lerner Tien. Jannik Sinner, the defending Australian Open champion, was initially surprised by local Tristan Schoolkate before regaining his composure to reach the third round of the tournament with a 4-6, 6-4, 6-1, 6-3 victory. The Italian world number 1 had won 30 of his last 31 matches and had not dropped a set in 15 matches since his loss to Carlos Alcaraz in Beijing in October. His Australian opponent ended the streak in 47 minutes by converting the only break point of the first set, delighting the large crowd under the afternoon sun at Rod Laver Arena. Sinner continued to fight against Schoolkate early in the second set, and a powerful cross-court winner earned him a break to go up 4-3, tilting the match in his favor from that point on. "It's always tough to face a player I've never played before. He played very well at the start, serving well," Sinner said. "I'm very happy with my performance. I never take anything for granted, and I'm happy to be in the next round. I can improve, yes, but I'll take it." Tien's upset of the day. In the day's biggest surprise, young American Lerner Tien defeated 3-time Melbourne Park finalist Daniil Medvedev 6-3, 7-6-4, 6-7-8, 1-6, 7-6-7 in an epic Thursday night match. Tien seemed to crumble after Medvedev, the 5th seed, saved a match point with an ace in the third set tiebreak and clawed back from 2 sets down to force a decisive 5th set at Margaret Court Arena. However, the 19-year-old dug deep into his reserves to become the youngest American to reach the third round in Australia since Pete Sampras did so at 18 in 1990. Medvedev appeared the heavy favorite in the final set, with Tien visibly fatigued, but the world number 121 endured a series of grueling rallies with the Russian. After a brief rain delay and with the clock nearing 3 a.m., Medvedev served for the match at 6-5, but Tien managed to push the contest into a decisive tiebreak. Medvedev led 6-4, but Tien rallied to seal a sensational victory on his first match point when the Russian sent a return long, ending the nearly 5-hour duel. Fonseca and Tiafoe also bow out. Another notable elimination in the men's draw was that of Brazilian teenager João Fonseca in his first Grand Slam tournament. His shocking Tuesday victory over 9th seed Andrei Rublev had fans lining up to watch his match against Lorenzo Sonego. Fans enjoyed an exciting 5-set contest, but Fonseca, 18, ultimately fell to the Italian 6-7-6, 6-3, 6-1, 3-6, 6-3. "I need more experience," Fonseca said. "I need to work harder to stay mentally focused throughout the match and to be prepared for this." In other notable matches, 4th seed Taylor Fritz dispatched Chilean Christian Guerin 6-2, 6-1, 6-0, while Ben Shelton eliminated Spaniard Pablo Carreño Busta 6-3, 6-3, 6-7-4, 6-4. Frances Tiafoe was unable to maintain the American momentum and lost 6-7-3, 6-4, 3-6, 6-4, 6-1 to Hungary's Fabian Marozsan, while Danish star Holger Rune defeated Italian Matteo Berrettini 7-6-3, 2-6, 6-3, 7-6-6. The head of USADA speaks on Jannik Sinner's case. "As scandalous as the scenario seems, we know it could happen." Travis Tygart, head of the United States Anti-Doping Agency, USADA, recently spoke about the doping case involving world number 1 Jannik Sinner. The 54-year-old defended the ISHA's ruling, which determined that the player was not at fault for the positive test. Sinner's defense argued that the substance entered his body through his physiotherapist, who treated him without gloves after using a clostebol-based cream to heal cuts on his hands. As a result, a microscopic amount entered the 2-time Grand Slam champion's body through small wounds on his legs. Sinner's sample showed less than 1 nanogram of clostebol, which is tiny, Tygart said. "It was like 500 picograms. There's an experiment that the Cologne laboratory conducted where they took this medication, this over-the-counter lotion, and rubbed it on their hands. They let their hands dry, and a while later, they shook hands with someone else. Then they tested the urine of that other person. The results showed they had a low level of 500 picograms of clostebol. So, as scandalous as this scenario, Sinner's, may sound, we know it could happen." Tygart criticized WADA for appealing the verdict months after Sinner's innocence had been determined. He also compared this to the treatment of swimming cases in China. "What people and athletes are struggling to understand is how this can happen after so much time," Tygart said. "How can the winner of the US Open and other events since the hearing, who was exonerated through the process, which was handled correctly, now face an appeal from WADA and a 2-year suspension? My opinion is that if this were our case, USADA, we would have done everything in our power to appeal quickly. Appeals can be filed within 5 days, he added. It should have been done before he won the US Open and other events. There was plenty of time to do so. The facts of the case are very straightforward because it is a legal matter. WADA is getting a second bite at the same apple crafted by an independent tribunal under the ISHA framework," the American added. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like, because here at Tennis Zone, we are dedicated to bringing you the best content for the best audience. We offer in-depth analysis, exclusive interviews, and comprehensive coverage of everything related to the world of tennis. Join our community and be part of the excitement of the tournaments with us. Moreover, at Tennis Zone, we strive to deliver up-to-date, high-quality content about players, tournaments, strategies, and the most relevant events in the world of tennis.